Okay, so things are getting really interesting. Hello to those who are doing this pick a card reading and who are looking at the octopus. But for those of you who have been following this journey so far, like things are getting kind of deep here. I'm like, oh, things are developing. So I'm gonna just run through some of the energies that I'm getting through, some of the signs that I'm seeing. Now, normally, I say the signs are just energies. There may not be much to it, but there's something definitely happening with north and south nodes here. So I'd really like you to go and look up your north and south node because there's been a few, it's like an ongoing message throughout the readings where it's talking about that compass. If you remember, the motif of the compass keeps following us around, and it keeps saying go towards your north, go towards your true north. And I've realized now that it's telling us to go to our north node. Now I always get mine mixed up. Mine's Cancer and Capricorn. I think my south node is Capricorn and my north node is Cancer, but my Lilith is also Capricorn, which complicates matters. So to me, that's saying don't be too independent. Allow yourself to be nurtured by others. So there's something to do. Your south node is your comfort zone, what you're good at, what comes naturally to you. Your north node is what feels a little bit wrong, what feels like, you do it, but it doesn't feel quite right. You feel like you don't really deserve to be treated in that way, and kind of things like this. But embracing your North Node is like following your destiny. It's following your soul growth journey. So we're all encouraged to kind of step out of our comfort zone a little by little and move towards the thing that feels a bit wrong, because that's actually teaching us the lessons. So right, the octopus gives me Capricorn energy. The octopus came out for Capricorn a long time ago, to do with it was a reading that came out a long time ago, but it always talks to me about somebody who's trying to do a lot of stuff, somebody who's multitasking, but somebody who perhaps sometimes gives a little bit too much to others. So it also kind of talks to me about Virgo energy. I'm getting here, so we've got South Node, then we've got Leo here. The giraffes talk to me about Aquarian energy because they're very individual. The moon talks to me about Cancer and Pisces because the moon in the tarot is associated with Pisces. But the moon is the ruler of Cancer. The hair card talks to me about the Empress. She's the hair is like the rabbits talk to me about abundance, about what would you say, like the ability to make things grow, to make things multiply, which is talks to me about Empress energy. So that would be Taurus or Libra. It also kind of gives me like Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles energy, which is Capricorn again. We're back to Virgo here with the Magician and also Gemini. So some of these signs could be relevant somehow to you. So trying to get into position here for this reading because we're going in deep here. We've got some deep like soul growth, follow your North Star stuff here. So here we've got don't let your past hold you back, South Node. Right, so let me read from the book here for this one. Don't let your past hold you back. Interesting, I've used the Empress as well. I was saying that the hair reminds me of the Empress, and I've used that as a bookmark here. So South Node. The South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Again, I was talking about this programming with the legacy of the elk there. Like family, that kind of thing. Whatever our comfort zone is, whatever we've been conditioned with, right? Do you feel stuck in something? Like the tarantula energy, right? That sticking point. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released, that there's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. So it's sort of talking devil energy to me, right? One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer, right? So it's talking about comfort zone. where you are feels easy and safe. So if you're at the bottom of the mountain, you know, the peacock had your commitment is being tested. Are you really willing to climb that mountain to get what you want? Or are you going to stick in your comfort zone? So attuned to the moon, I release the past. A relationship is karmic and has played out across many lifetimes. Your attraction to someone may be verging on the obsessive. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. The south node is when the moon crosses the ecliptic going south. On the horoscope chart, it shows us what we are likely to become obsessed with, but which will probably do us little or no good. The south node is a karmic astrological point that reminds us of the well-known phrase, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So you're asking to break a karmic cycle, which is exactly what I was saying with the elk and the tarantula. It was like it's like that elk is trying to like headbutt his way to the top of the mountain, but the tarantula is learning the lessons from the chaos or the fallout of a past tower moment and crystallizing that knowledge and getting this kind of like soul growth thing where the peacock was kind of like they'd crystallize the knowledge and they'd come out like reformed, feeling like they were into a new phase of their life, being very strong, being like this hair energy of like this person who's really good on their own. So there's this whole thing about balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine within us. It's a whole thing. So the next card that comes through, so don't let your past hold you back. Step out of your comfort zone. The next card is don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. So I feel like somebody, because I've got Leo here and this is Aquarius to me, I feel like somebody has either their south node as Leo or their north node as Leo. So you need to find out if that's you, which one's which, because depending on the placement depends on the advice I'm going to give you here. So don't let pride get in your way. If your south node is Leo, I would say that there's a lot of Leo energy going on. This is why I'm banging on about Leo so much. The tarantula had this frozen lion. The peacock had a card about love, which was a woman and a lion. The next reading we're going into is the lion card. So there's something to do with confidence, leadership, being a lion, right? So pride as well. So if you're, I'm getting really complicated. If your south node is Leo, you're being told, don't let pride get in your way. Don't let your feeling of, like, don't let your pride stop you from doing something. So if your south node is Leo, you may have a tendency to put yourself first. You may be very much a leader. You may be a little bit bossy. So that would mean that your north node is Aquarius, and Aquarius talks about the need to work as a community, to work with others. You may not be a very good team player. You may tend to want to take the lead a lot, but this is telling you to embrace being part of a team. Don't let your ego get in the way of whatever this is. So you're being told to come together as part of a team. If your south node is Aquarius. Now, you have to be careful with this. I get mixed up with this too. If your south node is Aquarius, that means Aquarian energy is your comfort zone. You like to work as part of a team. You like to give a lot to others. Now, the reason why I strongly feel like whatever's going on here is with this octopus being in the reverse. You can go back and look at the first introduction reading if you want. The octopus came through in the reverse, as did the mouse, and the lion is in the upright. So I think the octopus is saying, with Aquarian energy being part of a team and being the octopus talking to me about the message that was coming through was like, don't take on too much. Don't maybe a lot of people ask you for help. Maybe you give a lot to other people, but you tend to not put yourself first. You tend to be overly giving. You tend to take on the responsibilities and the burdens of everybody else. You're trying to take care of everybody else around you. This is talking to me about Aquarian energy. So your south node could be Aquarius, but it makes you feel quite burdened and possibly resentful because you get stressed. So I think somebody may have a north node in Leo, which means that don't let your pride get in your way. What this is telling me is that if your north node is Leo, you're going to feel very, very uncomfortable taking some kind of leadership role. You're going to feel uncomfortable being in the spotlight. You're going to feel like you're going to have problems with ego, problems with feeling like you deserve things. There's something going on there. It's like you may have issues of self-worth, of self-confidence. You may have issues of feeling like you deserve things. You may have issues of you may seek praise a lot from others because that's your north node. So it could go either way, right? So do check out your south node and your north node and see. There's something to do with confidence issues, ego holding you back, like with the peacock as well, this peacocking. But with these being in the upright, it's almost like that's your strength as well. Like you're being told to be the leader, you're being told to be confident, you're being told to be bold. You're being told not to take on too much from other people around you because that's keeping you in the dark with the moon there. Something there to that. So again, depending on which way around that is for you, again, it could not be. It's not my placement. It's depending on which way around it is. There could be some specific guidance one way or another there for you. I feel like it depends on which is your north node and which is your south node. But you're being told to head north. Spirit is telling you to head towards north, whatever that means for you. Okay, so, I mean, we're going to find out more about that lion. I feel like because that's where we're heading, right? We're heading into the lion, so you're being told to move towards Leo energy. Let's read that. Don't let pride get in your way. Maybe you care too much about what others think about you. Notice all the yellow as well here, and the yellow of the moon behind her there. And she's turned her back on it. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego or is it from the heart? Now that's really interesting because we had that Sia song as well. For the tarantula, we had I'm Still Here by Sia. I'm fighting my ego. Is the question you're asking based on your ego or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. Again, so if your north node is Aquarius, you're moving towards thinking of the greater good. Not thinking about yourself, but thinking about what's better for everybody. So again, move towards your north, whatever your north is. So different advice for different people. If you've not been doing as you would have been, if you're not being doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of people around you. This will help all your relationships. But that octopus was in the reverse, right? It was like someone was taking on too much about the burdens of others, like giving too much of themselves. So do take it as it resonates. But there's something to do with the self and what you want and your desires and the desires of the people around you. So yes, the greater good is important, but not if it's getting you to a point where you're completely draining yourself. Okay, again, I'm getting double messages. I'm getting like flip it, reverse it, kind of like it could go either way for me here. Attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Be magnificent without being plain too much. So again, that peacock, it's saying be magnificent. The lion in the upright, be proud, be in the spotlight, right? Self-esteem is good. Vanity is not. See, the funny thing is, there's definitely something going on here with like, it could be somebody who seems like they've got a really big ego, right? They seem like they're really full of themselves. But maybe that comes from a place of insecurity. Maybe they need that external validation, which was some kind of lesson that we were learning with the peacock. It was like, find self-love, be good on your own first, find the inner worth, and then you can share it with others. But if you don't have inner worth, you can sometimes seek it from others too much. You can sometimes be a people pleaser because you want that validation, right? So the octopus tells me about people pleasing because you want people to like you. So again, like Libra energy coming through again there. So just be wary of that. I feel like the choice someone's making is whether or not they're going to put themselves first or whether they're going to keep giving to others. It's complicated. Everyone is equally important, and we had that equality card as well, didn't we? Was it with the tarantula? Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic because you've got the magician. So follow creative urges. Again, this has been coming through because somebody had a choice to make. The tarantula had a choice to make, and there was a lot of fire energy there. And they had the creation card. We've got this Empress energy here. So there's something about creation, expansion. So follow your instincts with that. Follow that urge energy, because that's the universe trying to move you in the right direction. Do what feels good, right? With you know, with respect for others. But a friendship may be ending now. When the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. Don't be showing everybody your assets. Something should be, clothes on. That's the upside of this lunation. Do what you want, it's not for me to say. The upside of this lunation and of this card, no matter when you pull it. However, take note that the Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of the people in your networks. That's exactly it. Your needs and the needs of the people in your network. And somebody's been told, don't give too much to others. Make sure you give to yourself as well. So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Now, it's interesting that the moon card is here under the full moon in Leo. So now, south node, move towards your north node. Excuse me a second. Someone knocked and then went. I think it was one of the kids. So move towards your north node. And then this thing about the moon, they've got the back to the moon. So we're going to come back to that in a minute, because I feel like, no, I am going to read that one. I'm reading sort of out of order, but the moon says darkness, and I was getting hello darkness, my old friend, from this. So it could be that somebody turns their back, like attachment issues, someone turns their back on love because they think they're not worthy enough. I don't know. There are cycles to everything, and this, again, there's some sort of cycle. The elk started with like 3 moon cards, and the peacock was harnessing moon energy. So the moon energy is cyclic. You may find that there's parts of the month where you feel very active and parts where you feel a little bit more low, and that's okay if you learn to work with this. This is also talking about divine feminine energy over here. So a lot of the divine feminine here, a lot of the feminine side within us, however you identify. There are cycles to everything and a season for everything. Do not push yourself when the tides are against you. And this was what was happening here with the peacock. It was like with the elk and the peacock trying to get up the hill but exhausting themselves. I was getting this imagery of like 2 people pushing on either side of a door. So pushing when you should be allowing. So it's sort of like release, put it in the universe's hands and allow things to flow to you. Go with the flow. Don't try and push, because divine timing's at play. The universe is at work here, and the universe has a higher perspective on your path. So don't push too much. Allow things to flow to you. Because you just exhaust yourself, right? If you're pushing if you're pushing when it's the time to pull, you're just going to get exhausted. Do not be afraid of the darkness, hello darkness, my old friend. Do not be afraid of the darkness, as the darkness is as necessary as the light. Again, this yin-yang business that's been coming through. Sorry, my neighbours are shouting. Rest and repair. The divine feminine in all of her forms is rising. The time for introversion, stability and planning is here. So have you fully learnt the lessons? If you didn't learn the lessons and you keep trying to push when you're not meant to be pushing, you're going to go back into a period of rest. So there's some kind of cycle at play here where it's like pushing and pulling. Moving forward and resting. It's like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back almost. But again, there could be some kind of divine timing at play here. Illuminate the darkness. Okay. So here we've got making a choice. Interesting, this came through actually in reverse. So you can see it says come together, but in the reverse, it's almost like I'm seeing how this path splits into 2. It's almost like the path splits into 2. So it could be that somebody is splitting apart from someone else. It could be that 2 energies are coming together. So it all depends in how you look at it. It may be both. You may be leaving something behind to move forwards to something better. Just notice all these white doves as well, which were coming through in the elk reading. And there's a butterfly there as well, doves and butterflies. So letting something go so that it can transform and then come back together, something like this. Noticing the crown as well, that talks to me about Leo energy again, like that ruler energy. Okay, so I don't know. I'm getting like parallel messages. For some of you, you're coming apart. For some of you, you're coming together. For some of you, it's both. Let's read the Making a Choice card. Four of Wands there, though. That's definitely people coming together. Making a choice. You're required to come to a decision now. So there was something about the need to make a decision and then taking some time to look at the details, like the fine print, right? Make sure you follow your north, whatever that is for you. You're faced with a dilemma or a fork in the road, and you must make a conscious choice regarding the next right action. Whatever that choice is, you must take responsibility for it, yet you needn't be afraid. You may not have all the answers right now because the way ahead can't be known until you've embarked and travelled a few steps. And again, if you remember the path in the peacock reading, you couldn't see everything. It's like the path twisted off the edges of the card, so you couldn't see everything, but the universe can, right? So all you can do is take a few steps forward and then reassess. But you are being asked to move. Don't be like that chameleon that just didn't move, and then don't stagnate. Keep moving forwards. Trust your intuition. Ask for a sign from spirit and you will be led on the right path. If you remain conscious and aware, your choice will be the right one at this time. Life is always about learning. Success lies in choosing consciously, but guided by intuition and spirit. So be guided, right? Trust the universe. Why have I took that? It's interesting that I've put it that way up. Trust the universe right now. Go towards your north, whatever that means for you. Be in high honor, but also don't give too much of yourself to others. Like, don't look for external validation. Have inner confidence, something like this. Is there a relationship that gives you inner confidence? Okay, come together. So I'm going to read this in the upright and the reversal, so it's up to you to negotiate, again, depending on your north and south nodes, or however this is relevant to you. You can work out, it's not my choice to make, I think, is what's coming through. It's your choice to make. So I can't tell you, make the choice to come together, because it's not my choice, it's your choice. Does that make sense? So I'm going to I'm going to read both, but it says love needs to be shared. Love needs to be expressed. Drawing the Come Together card is a sign that you're on the right path to discover the nature of this emotion in all its forms of expression: romantic, familial, unconditional, spiritual. In each instance, there is another being involved. Love involves a give and take between you and a significant other, a relative, a friend, an animal, or spirit. This card assures you that love has come calling and seeks a partner in its dance. Know that you are cherished. Like a magnet, you're attracting love into your life. This is the time for harmonious, caring partnerships. If you're getting the reversal, when the Come Together card appears reversed, it is a sign that perhaps a love connection is unbalanced. Is intimacy being withheld from you, or are you withholding it from another? Again, I'm getting, with that Leo, I'm getting somebody could have a some kind of pride issue. It says don't let pride get in your way. It could be something about self-confidence, of feeling worthy. So it could be that somebody's not expressing how they feel because they feel like they're not good enough. Is intimacy being withheld from you, or are you withholding it from another? Longing and yearning are often mistaken for love, when in fact they are signs of lack. So it's looking for external validation when you need to be confident in yourself first, which is the lesson from the Peacock card. Perhaps you've been doing all the emotional work and pouring your water into an empty well, to the point that you are now also depleted. Know this: true love will not be denied for you. What is truly for you will never walk past you or require this much energy. Drop the agendas, the fight, the need to win, and allow the love to flow through you. True love will always find its reflection in another. So what's for you will never be denied to you. So I feel like somebody's been working a bit too hard, but it's like your commitment's been tested, it was saying, wasn't it? So it's like, they're giving me Kate Bush. I've been running up that road, running up that hill. What is it? Oh, I got Somewhere Else as well. As I was tuning in, I got Love Will Tear Us Apart, which I think is Joy Division. Love will tear us apart again. And I got Somewhere Else by, is it Razorlight? I really, really wish I could be somewhere else from here. Ask me my name. I just can't help myself. Okay, so there could be something in there for somebody. And I've forgotten the song that I just said. Kate Bush, Running Up That Hill, right? Running Up That Hill. That's interesting as well, because that song is actually about putting yourself in someone else's shoes almost. It's like the divine masculine and the divine feminine flipping. Something like that. With the peacock, I was getting push-pull, so I'm getting like twin flame stuff now, where it's like... it's not going to work if both people are pushing, or if both people are pulling. It's going to be a tug of war, right, which is causing this stalemate energy. So you have to kind of allow for the push and pull. You need to allow the give and take and find the balance. Something like that going on. I don't know. I hope you know. I hope you know what's trying to come through there. So yeah, with the moon, again, emotions can get very high at the time of the full moon. So be aware if you do find yourself being affected by the moon cycle. I think on the 28th, which I think is that tomorrow. I'm not sure what the date is. Yeah, tomorrow on Sunday, there's going to be a full moon in Libra. Interesting that I was saying this is Taurus Libra. But like the full moon in Leo can be like larger than life, very, very confident, very much in the spotlight, very much center of attention energy. So I don't quite know what's coming through here. I'm sorry, I'm going to confess that. But okay, so we've got cycles and the hair card. Follow the cycles of nature, and again this moon energy, right? Cycles, moon cycles, like to show you the back of the moonology deck. So there's something about moon cycles there. Follow the cycles of nature and you will rarely be disappointed. As energy travels in cycles, seek balance. There is a time and a season for everything. Plants cannot blossom all the time, so be patient. So I do feel like someone's been pushing when there's a need to be more receptive and allowing the flow. Estora, the goddess of spring, and her hair were walking at dawn on a crisp morning at the beginning of the season. The morning was very beautiful, yet still cold, as the winter snows had begun to melt. As they walked, they came upon a small bird dying in the freezing but melting snow. Interesting, like on this path, there is a small bird on the path. So maybe watch out for birds. One of the cards, I can't remember if it's one that we've not read yet or one that we've already read. We're interested in getting this wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff. Talks about an animal crossing your path. Now, a black cat did cross my path the other week. It was actually, I say the other week, it was like a few days ago. I was out for a walk and a black cat directly crossed the path ahead of me. And I was thinking to myself, like, some people would see that as a lucky sign and some people would see that as an unlucky sign. So there's something about perspective coming through in this part of the reading. I see it as lucky. I associate black cats with intuition and luck. I like cats, so I took it as a lucky sign. Other people may see it as an unlucky sign. So there's something about superstition and also knowing how the universe communicates with you, because the universe may send me symbology that may mean something specific to me, but it may mean something different to you. So always use your own intuition to guide you. Don't always rely on the interpretation of others. Trust your own unique link with spirit. Something about that there. Also, there was a hair on the... there was a card about looking at the fine details on that tarantula reading, and I was associating it with the mouse energy, and now we've got this like hair energy here. So something to do with that as well. The morning was very beautiful. As they walked, they came upon a small bird dying in the freezing but melting snow. Distressed at its condition, Estora picked up the tiny soul and tried to revive and warm it, but its life was too far gone to save. Feeling love and pity for the creature. Again, we've got the lion and the mouse, right? The lion's very big, but it has like something to do with the relationship between the lion and the mouse, or the lion and the woman that keeps coming up. I don't know. Feeling love and pity for the creature, Estora transformed the bird back into an egg, giving it a chance to be born again. There was an egg on the cave card with the elk. She placed the egg upon the earth and it hatched. Out came another hare, a mate for her companion, and the three of them continued their journey. The hare has been part of the mythos of every culture in whose countries they have made their homes. Hares are very commonly linked with the lunar cycle. If you look up, you'll see the shape of a hare on the moon, and in stories of fertility and love. The constellation Lepus is a hare. The magic. Hare magic has always been linked to the lunar cycle and the fertility cycle of women. For those who wish to achieve a pregnancy can be symbolic for the expansion and growth, right, and creative projects. Call in hair magic to help you conceive or balance your cycle. For those who are not interested in reproduction, hair magic can be used to quicken up the pace of an outcome or to increase your connection with other cycles. So picking up the pace, I was getting that with the elk and then the tarantula being like the low, and the peacock was like the pace was picking up again. Now your advice, your obstacle is this magician card. So interesting that it's number 1 as well, putting yourself first. So again, I feel like somebody has trouble putting themselves first. Somebody may be again this kind of like shaman like energy that was coming through the elk card. I'm definitely connecting the elk and the octopus quite strongly, but this kind of like earth magic, shamanic earth magic thing where it's like, trust your intuition. You do have the ability to manifest. Again, I was saying with the elk, it was like it was the sun and the moon embracing. I didn't mean to say embracing, that's really interesting. The sun and the moon having that eclipse, and harnessing the energy of that, harnessing both sides, because you can see actually this magician's got this sun and moon on his head there. It's like a horned moon. But the magician is, so the obstacle I think is believing in your own ability to manifest your dreams. You may have, because you've hit some kind of obstacle, you may have given up hope a little bit, but the energy of the peacock was saying your commitment is being tested. So there's an obstacle, there's a blockage, because they're making sure, do you really, really want this? They're giving me Ricky Martin again. Do you really want it? So your obstacle is your faith in your own ability to manifest your reality and co-create with spirit. So let's just quickly read what the magician has to say. Alchemy. When I am in alignment with Spirit's will, miracles are possible. When I see this card, I'm reminded that my will and skill alone will yield limited results. When I remember my partnership with Spirit, all is well. Again, there's this thing about being alone or being part of a group. So definitely something going on there. When I remember my partnership with Spirit, all is well. So remember your own connection to the universe, that unconditional love that we all have within ourselves, for ourselves first, before you extend that to others. When I remember my partnership with Spirit, all is well. I'm required to explore my commitment. Your commitment is being tested, right? I'm required to explore my commitment to this co-creative alchemical relationship and see the results manifest beautifully. Through me, Spirit works magic. So somebody is definitely manifesting, co-creating with Spirit, but they may be being a bit too pushy. They may be trying to rush Spirit when Spirit brings things to us in divine timing. So relax, I'm here and take a chill pill, and allow the universe to work the magic, but having faith in your ability to manifest, having faith that your dreams are possible is your challenge right now. This is like telling me again with that peacock, it's like your commitment's being tested. You may be getting very distracted by things around you in your environment. Just be careful you don't give too much of yourself to others. But there is expansion here. Interesting, we've got like the darkness and then all this yellow energy as well, so like the sun and the moon. Okay, let's get you a spirit animal oracle. So what's the guidance here for this section of the reading, for the octopus section of the reading? What's the best guidance, please, for this section of the reading? What do we need to know? So believing in their own manifestation powers. Okay, that's quite a lot. I'm going to only read the buffalo spirit because this is the one that's, oh, look, the abundance universe will provide. The universe is working with you. You just need to have faith. I'm going to tell you what these are, but I'm only going to read this one, okay? Antelope spirit, life is speeding up. Didn't I say that? It's like something about cycles, like the elk, it was like in this action mode. The tarantula talks about knowing when to take action and when to take a back seat. The peacock was like coming out of that period of being quiet. So life is picking up. You may find that you are coming up towards a choice point. Antelope spirit, life is speeding up. Deer spirit, bring a gentle touch. Aren't they similar? And they're facing each other as well. So this again is talking to me about yin yang energy, the yang being like the masculine energy. Again, I'm not trying to gender stereotype or anything here. I'm talking in terms of like astrology language, not like, you know, whatever you want to do, you go ahead and do it. But this is kind of like that yang energy of like action taking, and the deer is much more gentle and receptive. So this is talking to me about the yin energy, and again this balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine. You know, they are looking at each other, coming towards each other, but the deer spirit is, it's like this is the push now and this is the pull. It's like allow it to come to you. Noticing the feathers as well there on the deer's head. So the buffalo spirit, though, is the one that I'm going to read because this is the one that fell upright. The abundant universe will provide, because this is the challenge, right? The belief in, you know, your commitment's being tested. Do you believe in your own manifestation powers? The universe will provide. Also, 10 breaks down to a 1. You've got 1 and 1, right? So, and then is that 11? No, it's 31. So yeah. Yeah, having faith in yourself, I think it's coming through as. And you know what? You are the first reading. The elk, the tarantula, and the peacock all got the protection message. They all got the reversals. So I'm taking it as a really good sign that we're now getting the uprights. So buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Buffalo spirit comes to remind you now of the amazing manifesting powers of gratitude and the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. So if you want to look up manifestation techniques, I definitely recommend that. The law of abundance, right? The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herd's abundance, again, look, abundance with the hair. The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts: the meat, the hide, the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of the abundance. So too do you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo spirit appears to let you know that you are in a powerful time to manifest your desires. Not by force, oh my God, again, not by force, right? Or pushing, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you. Trusting that there is always plenty to go around. I'm going to read that again because that is so key to what we've learned so far if you've been following the whole story. Spirit appears to let you know that you are in a powerful time to manifest your desires. You can make your dreams a reality by co-creating with Spirit, right? But not by force or pushing, rather by following a natural path that rises up before you. Trusting that there is always plenty to go around. Whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support, it's all there for you to claim. When you are grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There is always more than enough. I can't believe how well this fits with the magician. There is always more than enough, and you are always enough. Again, this confidence issue thing that's coming through, that Leo energy, you are enough, okay? You are enough. You do deserve it, right? At this time, you can expect all your intentions and needs to come into a form that is right for you. Your heartfelt gratitude is making you a magnet for miracles. Buffalo's spirit message is to remember that you can co-create your reality in partnership with Spirit. So offer up your thanks and your prayers, even before you see the conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others too. And then you will quickly see the results in tangible ways. Gratitude has the magic to grow the good. So offer thanks and praise as you acknowledge all that you have and all that is possible. Okay, chin up, Chuck. You're on the right path. You can't. They keep showing me the door with like the two people pushing on either side, or like the tug of war rope. Like there has to be push and pull, right? You can't push all the time. It might not be your turn to push. It might be the other person's turn to push. So like Spirit's guiding you. There is a path to take. Trust. and follow your instincts and follow the signs, right? The universe is guiding you, but you can only do it in divine timing, because it's not just you, right? The universe has to align everybody to be in the right place at the right time. So pushing isn't going to get you anywhere. Slow and steady wins the race, but not in the case of the chameleon. I don't know. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna push through. We're gonna see where this takes us. But yeah, exactly. I've released to the universe. The universe is guiding me. So we'll see where we go. We'll see where we end up, I guess. But let's get you a song to close out this reading. So for this section of the reading, for the octopus section of the reading, could you please close out the reading with whatever song we need to hear the most at this point? What is the song that we need to hear? I'm so sorry, it cut out. It was an Evanescence song, but I didn't see which one it was, and then it went to an advert. I actually really like this advert. It makes me laugh. It's the M&S. Hang on, let me play it.
This is not just an Easter egg. This is Colin the caterpillar living his best life as an indulgent chocolate.
It makes me laugh. So they're doing the Marks and Spencer's advert meme of "this is no ordinary thing," but it's like a Colin the caterpillar. It just makes me laugh. But again, caterpillars, butterflies. There's probably a reason why that advert played for us. Now, like I say, it was an Evanescence song. The video cut out, so I don't know if you quite caught it, but I don't know which Evanescence song it was. So I'm gonna let that advert play. And then when it comes back on, I'm going to unpause so you can see. Just give me a second. Okay, here we go. So it was Going Under by Evanescence. It's funny that there was an advert there for Jaguar F-Pace as well, and there was like a digital F, and there was a reading where I'd seen a woman with sunglasses on, and there was like a digital F on the sunglasses. So I wonder if someone's getting like a new Jaguar. Right, so Going Under by Evanescence. I'm going under. Again, it's this thing about cycles, right? I'm going back under and then resurfacing. So whatever this song means to you, take it as it speaks to you. So you may love it, you may hate it, you may be neutral about it, but there may be a lyric in there. It could just be one line that pops out to you that really means something. Go and watch the video, see if anything comes out through the music video for it, if there is one. Yeah, whatever you get from that song, that's what your intuition is telling you. Trust your intuition. That's spirit guiding you. So however you react to that song, that's part of the message for you. All right. I hope that was helpful to you. I'm excited to see where this goes. So for those of you who are doing this as a pick a card reading, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it was relevant to you. I hope you gained some insight from it. For those of you who are following me on to the next reading that we're going to go to is the lion reading. So really interested, because the lion has been a reoccurring motif throughout this set of readings. We have the stone lion in the tarantula reading, the love card in the peacock reading with the lion and the woman on it. We've got the lion and the mouse, which is giving me that Aesop's Fables story, and you've got this ego business here with Leo as well. So moving into lion energy next. Yeah, okay, so leave me a like, all that business if you liked. If you're a stealth watcher, that's fine too. I'm gonna have a break because that's the 4th reading I've done back to back, and I need to get some food. Yeah, I'll be back soon with the love. I can't speak anymore. I'm gonna go. Take care, guys. Bye bye.